Alright. 96. Beacon in the darkness. Lalafell remains as elusive as ever. She is in league with Ishgard's more unsavory elements. She could be hidden anywhere. We have only her cryptic statements to guide us. It seems that whatever her plan is, her actions thus far have been a prelude to its climax. We can but hope that Tanoa awakens before she emerges again. So I guess everybody's gonna be coming back to prepare for Savage content. I'm noticing names in the FC that I haven't seen in a while. Ronald, there you are. Huh? Hey! I'm so glad I found you. I was starting to think that I was in the wrong city, but the narwhal guided me true. Oh, you must be the maiden Tetua mentioned. You hail from the same village, yes? I am Firma of the Temple Knights. 'Tis an honor to meet you. Ah, Tenor wrote about you in his letters. I am Loasenki. And the honor is all mine. Is Tanoa with you? I haven't received a letter from him for some time, so I came to check on him myself. Oh. He sleeps. Here we go. You insufferable fool, what have I always told you about rushing ahead without thinking? Now you even have the gall to be sleeping when I arrive. You promised you'd write to me. What was I to do when the letters stopped coming? I was so worried. At least I can take some small comfort that he appears otherwise unharmed. I take it you're to thank for that, Ronald. Is there any way to counter if... He told me you were the shut-eye. Yes, that's right. For 10 years I bore his fatigue, and as a result my body is more fragile than most. But since arriving in Toriola, my life has become normal. As I walk the city streets and eat my fill of its foods, I felt my strength grow. I can even stay awake for a full day now. Do you know why Tenuel sleeps so soundly? The reports of other incidents indicated that those afflicted awoke in a matter of moments, yet Tenuel, no sign of startling. Well, that, I'm sorry, I can't say for certain. But I do know the stories of those who come before me. More than one shut-eye has fallen into a sleep much like this. One so absolute that they become deaf to the outside world. With more means to sustain their bodies, they would waste away if left alone. So our people found a mixture of herbs and other materials to help usher the shut-eye back to the waking world. Who could possibly be strong enough to bring someone back from this? We call it spring dew, and the secrets of its making are passed down through generations. Each drop acts as a ray of sunshine in the darkness of sleep, a beacon for the dreamer to follow. So salt? Like smelling salt? I carry some of the ingredients on my person, but others must be gathered fresh. It won't be an easy task, but I'm certain it will save Tenora. I don't know their Enorzean names, but one of the flowers blooms a striking yellow and grows only where mountain peaks soar above the clouds. Being so close to the heavens, it drinks in the sunlight and its petals cleanse the body and promote wakefulness. In the churning mist blooms a yellow flower called the dandelion. Another place in Eorzea can one be closer to touching the sun. Good. Next, we'll need the saliva of a beast we call marbles. And the thicker it is, the better. The pungent odor can wake the dead. I know them well. Marbles are not an uncommon sight in the Dravonian hinterlands. Mature specimens should possess saliva with the desired effect. The prospect of gathering, however, is an inevitable task. Once we have those two ingredients, mixing them with the rest should be a simple matter. Do you think you can procure them, Ronald? Oh, your confidence is reassuring, since the marble saliva must be the fresher of the two. I ask that you first climb into the heavens to pick dandelions for Teloa. So now the problem is we gotta go get some good stuff. Oh, I can say. So. Well. There is Shino and almost yellow and yellow. Now a much more gruesome task. Venture to the Devonian hinterlands and collect saliva from the mouth of a full-grown marble. Why would I do that? That's not. Oh no. I have to go to Idle Shower because they don't have a whisper collar here. I need a drink. Yeah, today it reached 50 degrees outside. It's most likely. No, it's still 40. It's now 49. I was actually amazed. I haven't felt it this warm in a while. Destination. Hello, where are you? Over the great putrid marvel. Ew! Ew! Look at my eyes. am I doing? I don't know. Must be upstairs. God, you guys carried him all the way up these stairs? That's wild. I'm ready to start mixing the ingredients at once. That is a good, assuming you bought them with you. These are difficult to acquire at the best of times, so I thank you for gathering them so quickly. I shall get started immediately. We've done all we can. Now we wait for Tenuel to open his eyes. Hi. Where am I? I hope you enjoyed sleeping the days away, Tenuel. I'm glad you're finally awake. Lola, Sweetie? What are you doing here? I see, so Lalafell wielded the cradle against me. I was tucked up soundly in bed, once he came all this way. Curse my weakness. Just when we had her. Just when I was needed the most, I failed. For 10 years I endured countless trials. And when the time came, I couldn't even swing my damn weapon. Can you blame it? You can't blame yourself. It's not your fault, Tenuel. If anyone's to blame for what's happened, it's me. What? No, I won't hear it. As you may know, Tenuel won our trust by posing as a scholar traveling the wit and breathwoods for all. She expressed great interest in the cradle and our customs, and I was so excited to meet an outsider to answer her every question. I told her that the Wide Eye keeps the cradle with them at all times, and then she hatched her plan. She took me hostage to draw out Tenuel. While Loa, I'm gonna call her Loa Zen. Loa Zen was sleeping. Lalafell stuck into her chamber, held a blade to her throat. I had no choice but to give her what she wanted, the cradle of the sleepless. I put Loa Zen's life before the future of our people. It was at that moment I became unfit to be their guardian. Was this your personal choice, or was it the village's choice? Because I'm pretty sure the village would have been like, well, no, we can't hold that against you. It would have... One of your people, protecting her. What is your duty? Thank you, Ronald. You know just what to say. That was the only way to see a future where none of my people came to harm. Especially Loa Zen. Even without the cradle, you're still our guardian. My guardian. We'll find a way through this together. Seeing you in such high spirits lift my own. Oh, and before I get the transfers and stubs while I was cleaning in the snow, right? You know, I owe a debt. I owe you a debt I won't soon forget. But backward. I wager that debt will grow larger before we pry the treasure from your friend's clutches. But whatever it takes, I won't stop until she answers for her crimes. Mm-hmm. Mm. Sending them donut holes. Yeah, family and something. You know, I was sleeping, I dreamed. I saw Leon, Lola's and I as children. Nothing particular interesting happened. We just wailed the days away. Wild the days a day. We are clearing the world. Those are the best dreams. I'd forgotten what it was like to dream. It's present. I can remember wanting to stay there, to never open my eyes again. Of course, the moment I gave form to that thought, I opened them, and Lola's end was there. I'm gonna get the cradle back. When things return to the way they were, will you go back to spending your life in dreams? I suppose so. It's my duty as the Shut-Eye, after all. Hurry. The duty, and it was your duty, too, that compelled you to come all the way here to Isgard? No more. No, you saying. I tried so hard to convince myself that you were glad spending so much time asleep. But being on the other side made me realize I was lying to myself all along. I don't want to return to a life where you and I are bound together, but always so far apart. I want to go back to those happy days when we were by each other's sides. I guess what I'm saying, there's a different path forward. I want to find it. I want to walk it with you. But not yet. First we reclaim the cradle, then we have. When we have, I'll take our first steps towards that new future I promised. And I must confess, I haven't felt the same since I woke up. I know I was in that bed for a while, but instead of feeling refreshed, my body feels weaker somehow. It's almost as if my very strength was sapped, and the treasure was turned on me. I can't even grip my weapon properly. Reinvigorated. Perhaps the cradle has been sapping the ether of its targets all along. Then does that mean the cradle has powers we don't know about? Ah, so it's stealing pretty much the life force of people? Exactly. It may just mean the cradle works differently than we thought. Its wielder might not pass on the fatigue, rather they absorb another's vigor. The end effect would be the same. Cradle's wielder can go on without sleep, and its victim loses his strength to even keep their eyes open. You never took more than you needed, so my slumber was always light enough to awaken from. But if the treasure was used without restraint, if we have this realization, it won't be long until Lalafell does too. Then it will be too late. We have to root her out. But I mustn't rush ahead blindly, as Lowenzen never tires of telling it. I feel nearly weak as a child right now. I must spend what precious time we have training to regain what strength Lalafell stole from me. Not my word. I won't rest until I'm in top form again. I suggest you do the same. For no other reason than to give me competition. Awaken. That's the... Hang on, I'll be right back. I should have started this yet. Sorry, I was having... My body was heating up and it's like, oh, it's that... a feeling of, like, low blood sugar. Time to down a bunch of orange juice. You're looking strong, Ronald. Or I'm not as... Well, I'm not my old self yet. I'm feeling better by the day. Still, there's much work to be done. I need to be even better than I was before if we have any hope of catching Lalafell. I wonder what she's plotting with the rest of her cohorts. We know they aim to topple nations around the world, but this is an odd way to go about it, don't you think? Why haven't her misdeeds in Mishgar extended any further than the Temple Knights? Because he's not actually interested in that. He just wants to embarrass them. We pondered that same question. Our best guess is that as a former Temple Knight herself, she chose them because she knows how to exploit their weaknesses. She's using her knowledge as her weapon. And we need to equip ourselves likewise, if we can learn more about her. We might be able to anticipate our next move. A good plan. But I admit, I have no idea where to start. Should we ask for Mm-hmm. Well, I already have. You said that while he's never known her personally, the knights in her own squadron might be able to shed light in her past. Some of them even now patrol the city. With a great help in telling me where they might be. You've been busy, Loa. Loa's head. Loa, funny. Well, I couldn't remember the last time I was awake this long. I don't want to sit around until I got tired again. And we're all better for it. If you gather the information, it's all you're thinking. I should do the legwork. Just tell me where these knights are, and I shall speak with them. Anyway, but Ishtar is still an unfamiliar city for both of us, right? Although Phil told me where to go. The names of these places mean nothing to me. Hopefully, we have Ronald to guide you. We'll go with Tenema, right? Won't you? I knew we could count on you. Alright. Take note of these locations. First, you want to go left, apparently, and then go up the stairs and... We were forced to work for someone, is it a fate I would envy? I'm curious to hear what these knights have to say about her. Hopefully, they provide insight that'll help guide us forward. Time is of the essence. Well, let's get moving. Yeah. 3 places, huh? Oh! Upstairs. This. Now this is a rare privilege. What business could the savior of Ishgard have a humble life? You want to know about Lalafell? Well, many knights come from common stock. But she was different. Despite what she became, Lalafell was born of noble blood. Even so, she often made mock of Ishgard's customs and responsibilities that bound the conduct of noble families. Doubtless she yearned for freedom all her life, or her idea of it anyways. Although her deeds caused her to be expelled, and the Temple Knights had similarly stripped of her title, she may have actually desired that outcome. If she hated it so much, all she had to do was leave. I fear she did leave, for a time at least. Now she's in league with a group that aims to plunge the world into chaos. If a selfish heart like Lalafell's was put out to aid in this plot, I shudder to imagine how wicked their leader must behave. Sadly, their leader is not very smart, considering. Do you require aid? I must keep watch, so forgive me if I don't engage in chit-chat. I'm waiting for her. I could spare a moment. I don't suppose you know why she was expelled from the Temple Knights, do you? Well, you were her equal in swordplay. The few still handled their mounts with such grace. She ought to spend her nights carousing in the gambling halls. It was after just such a night that she fell asleep while on duty. Some may call it a cruel twist of fate, but dragons attacked her charges as she slept, and they were left defenseless. In her negligence, she was deemed to have aided our ancestral foe, and thus was stripped of her knighthood and noble title both. Knights falling asleep on duty, a story that'll become all too familiar. Given what happened, I've no doubt she came to fear sleep. That now she has conquered that weakness that she willed as a weapon against us. She may even believe herself to be beyond the reach of mortal danger. Yet, she's only deluding herself, and in time, she'll be made to answer for her deeds. It's just this statue. Oh. I've heard that the people of Ishgard revere a warrior god, but here is a statue of a flesh and blood knight. I've never seen such a thing. My people make no figures or depictions of our departed, fearing that such objects would keep them from finding their way into the next world. The only idol we keep is the cradle of the sleepless. Thanks to its blessings, a wide eye has always watched over us. So our reverence is devoted solely to the narwhal. It's enough that it guides our people safely to the next sunrise. All is quiet. Even so, I must remain vigilant. Milvan? A name spoken in harsh whispers now, but many have forgotten her strategic genius. She had a singular talent for achieving victory in battle by whatever means necessary. Genius. We were just too tense to see how our actions would cause Ishgard to collapse. Given that our group seems relatively few in number, an assault on Ishgard is unlikely. Rather, I think our aim is to chip away at the people's trust in Ishgard's foundation, and by the absence of a few vital bricks, bring a whole nation toppling down. The thought gives me worry. Even now, representatives from Ishgard are preparing to visit Zendu in the Sea of Clouds. If anything were to go wrong, it would be a grievous blow to Ishgard's reputation. As we saw at Falcon's Nest, certain elements that oppose our nation see friendly gestures as a chance to spark conflict. Given recent developments, Sir Handulu has been debating whether the visit is a wise choice. Well, we have a general understanding of what drives our adversary. Stories that paint a picture of a rotten, conniving soul. I must spend hard on the Lord Commander. The Lord Commander? I take it that's the leader of these Temple Knights? While fancy titles hold little interest for me, I sympathize with anyone who had to give the orders to a rotten apple like Lalafell. Giving the Temple Knights a warning is the least we could do. It's clear that this delegation might prove an enticing target for Lalafell. Finally, we have knowledge to use against our enemy. If we all work together, we might be able to trap her. We haven't much time. Let's return to the congregation and tell this handler what we know. Mhm. What's that? You are ever welcome to the congregation, Nana, and well appraised of Lalafell's wicked deeds. Your efforts to flush her out have been much appreciated. And this must be Master Tenor, who crossed the ocean from Tyrol. I hope you have recovered from your ordeal. I'm better than ever. Apologies for taking up one of your beds for so long. Paul, please, no apologies are necessary. On the contrary, the Temple Knights yet owe you a debt for all you have done. Which brings us to the purpose of this visit. You have something to discuss with me? I see. I see. You and I have the same doubts. The delegation to Okazuna would be an obvious target for Lalafell. I was but recently debating the wisdom of moving forward with our plans. As you know, all of Ishgard falls under the protection of the Temple Knights. As such, it is only meet that we meet. Must be that time. It's not my internet this time. Nope. It's not my internet this time. Not this time. This. This is DDoS. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is why I can never get things done in this game now. You know. So that's fun. That's probably why they're pushing the hotfix tonight, too. They're gonna try probably gonna forcibly fix this. I really thought it was my internet when that happened because at the same time it happened, I noticed it go in my upload just lose a good tiny bit of frames. And then it went back to normal and I was like, okay. Hey, at least we didn't get my entire network going underground. Like, falling apart. No. That's sadly, that is DDoS. Want to know how I can tell? Look at the number. That's way higher. When we started, it was at like, 20. It was at 20. Which means I only had to wait a few minutes to get in. This shouldn't take long. No. I'm gonna try to commit to finishing this. We're almost there. Mm. Wow, oh no, I have to go back and grab him. That's so dumb. What? Oh yeah, the Christmas event is also happening. That's another thing I have to pack on top of this. Alright, you with that. Purpose of the video, I just come to discuss with me. And then it was here. Because it's wearing. I see you and I had the same doubts, the delegation, and it's the moving of it. As you know, all the way as such, tis only meet that we maintain and strengthen friendly relations with our neighbors. The delegation in question is tasked with deepening mutual understanding of each of our unique cultures. Sonovalu, Vanu, chief of the Zundu, was most eager to host. Yet, so long as the specter of Lalafell hangs over our head order, I fear visits abroad over one's eyes. Should any of the Vanu come to harm, our relations could be damaged irreparably. As we have no way of knowing if Lalafell has caught wind of our plans, I am of the mind that postponing the delegation may be the most prudent course of action for the safety of all. This could also be the perfect chance to draw her out. That's right, Ronald and I won't let anyone come to harm. And as long as you warn the Vanu in advance, they shouldn't hold the action of a rogue against you. If they're truly your allies, they'll see the wisdom in your judgment. Please send the delegation as planned. It'll be our best chance to capture Lalafell. Yes, your words have merit. Thank you for the sage counsel. You are right. Mizuno would not stand idly by while we suffer at Lalafell's hand. In fact, the fellowship between our two people was forged when a god assailed their home, was brought low by a great hero, Ronald. If we tell the Zundu that he is keeping watch over the proceedings, then I am certain all doubt will be quelled. Then you'll proceed? Indeed. The time has come for we Temple Knights to reclaim our honor and go on the counter-offensive. I shall bring this suggestion of a joint operation against Lalafell to the Lord Commander as soon as possible. You, together, will put a stop to our scheme. I first must discuss matters with the others involved before we present a plan to the Lord Commander. Although time is of the essence, I ask that you wait a while until our course is settled. Okay, sorry. Oh, excuse me. That was... I realize now that I agreed to defend a people I know next to nothing about. Tell me of these Zundu who will soon be visiting. They're like the Hanu, with even more of a penship for metaphor. Huh? Really? Two groups of such people so far apart? The world really is full of surprises. Even a single city is enough for a lifetime. Every day I hear something that gives me food for thought. Like the story of the Dragon Song War, for instance. Generations of animosity between dragon and man that somehow ended in a rekindled fellowship. Oh, we don't talk about that. I imagine a whole world like that. A world where there be no need for protectors. The White Eye watches not only the monsters in the wilderness, but our neighbors as well. We've barely even considered sending delegations outside our village gates. And the cold snap only made things worse. with everyone struggling just to survive. Our every thought goes towards defending our scarce resources. But if we only look outward with weariness, there's no hope for the future to change. No hope to build trust. If only there was a way to bridge the distance between us and greet tomorrow hand in hand. Heh, or maybe that's just a silly dream. Maybe. Either way, it's a beautiful thought. I'm glad you think so. I'll hold that future in mind as I get back to training. As for you, Ronald, get some rest. If you fall asleep when I need you most, I'll wake you up with a knock to the head. Hey! You better not go to sleep. Sir Handler still hasn't sent word. I guess the others might not be so enthusiastic about our plan. To them, the cradle of the sleepless is naturally still something to be feared. No matter how much faith they have in your strength. You'd be at Neophyte's mercy if she puts you to sleep. Honestly, I don't blame them. Not even I imagine our treasure could be used for such evil. In Neophyte's hands, it's more than an indiscriminate weapon. But that means when we get it back, we can turn it into something else. Something no one's ever thought of before. We could find a way to use it without forcing someone to spend their life in slumber. Of course I believe you, Tanawa. But we have more pressing matters, namely a rogue knight to capture and a treasure to recover. Alright, sorry, I got ahead of myself. Apologies for keeping you waiting so long. The Temple Knights have finally reached a decision concerning the delegation to the Seer Clouds. And what have you decided? I am pleased to say that the Zundu have agreed to join forces with us. Together, we shall drive back Lalafell should she attack. If her shadow darkens even an ilm of their homeland, our peaceful delegation shall turn into a fighting force at the moment's notice. We shall restore the Temple Knight's reputation and recover your father artifact in one fell swoop. Thank you, Hound Duo. We promise to do our part if Lalafell shows herself. She won't get away this time. Oh shoot. Ask you both to make your way to Zendu as possible so you may help our plan strategy. Is there a way to... I accidentally skipped something there. I'm coming too. I can heal your wounds, and if it comes to it, my staff can bruise as well as a club. I'll gladly have you with us. I'm done taking on the world alone. I need you, Lorizeni, and Ronald too. We're stronger together than we could ever be apart. The cradle never would have been stolen if I realized that from the beginning. And I want you by my side to ensure I don't forget it. Well then, we better be off. I'm keen to meet this chief, Sanu Vanu. Bang! What did I do? Yeah, there was a piece. Free. In a moment soon, we shall. Oh, thank you, Hannah. We promise to do our part if Leah shows herself. She won't get away this time. We have but to hammer out the final details. Once we're ready to depart, the first group of knights shall leave by airship. I would ask you both to make your way to her as soon as possible to make a clear strategy. Okay. Wait. What is this? Oh, that's yeah, that's crafting. You know, crafting. Bam, bam, bam. 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 Hi, buddy. It's been forever. Honor Netherlings. Your return to Oakham is as welcome as the arrival of the spring. No one who knows why you come. Wicked heart seek to bring chaos to our home. And so the Zandu shall rise to its defense if needed. As the sun's rays chase away the shadows of night, the sun drop dance shall keep the tendrils of sleep at bay. Chief son of Vanu, it's an honor to meet you. I'm Tenawa. And if the sun drop dance is as invigorating as you say, I'd love to see it for myself. The sun, the Zandu, shall dance before Ishgard's warriors upon their arrival. Is welcome to join the proceedings. That was your original intent, right? I see. If we're to draw Lalafell out, makes sense to pretend like nothing is amiss. Yeah, Zandu warriors unify their strength through the sun drop dance, and the sight is so fearsome that many choose to flee rather than fight. Netherling warriors may learn much from such an approach. Breaking the enemy's spirit avoids needless bloodshed. Yet all dancers must hone their skills before wild animals first. At the sun drop, dance does not fail them at the most crucial moment. It is for that reason our dancers await at the outskirts of Okuhazanu for the Netherlings' arrival. When the performance begins, it shall draw the attention of all, like a rolling cloud coming over the horizon. Watch carefully for any who would take advantage of that moment. After the dance is finished, Netherlings will press his undo with Netherling cheap Sundu. Netherling ships appear in the sky like sun shower, hurtling towards Earth. Swiftly it descends, crashing down near Sundu dancers. Ship's markings are Ishgardian. Zundu are unhurt, but wounded Netherlands pour from vessel. Like a lightning bolt in the night. The open strikes. The Temple Knights were coming by airship, right? All the Earthman had to do was lull the pilot to sleep. She was right. She saw right through us, and now we're on the back flight. Night winds can alter even a raging river's course. What matters is to stand strong and move forward. Now, to offer aid to the Netherlands who come as guests. Now, this is that. If this is the work of the cradle, Lalafell can't be far. We must send to the wounded, but I won't let her escape again. This ends today, one way or another. One way or the other. Yeah, I have a high eye level, so, but that won't mean anything if. That's dangerous. There you are, Lalafell. Come all this way just to greet me? Oh, I am honored. I only hope my gift was satisfactory. It's a shame you will not see Ishwar crumble. Alas, I can scarcely suffer rats to scurry about my feet, threatening to gnaw away at my carefully laid plans. At least you bore witness to the dying breath of the Temple Knight's flagging honor. We would sooner see that wrecked airship soar again than her reputation return to its former glory. And even I did not foresee that the Zundu would be in the ship's path. The fury favors me, for who now would trust a nation so careless as to put their neighbors at risk? Everyone knows you're behind this. People won't turn on each other so easily. I didn't see you there. The shut-eye, wide awake, doubly honored that you came all this way just to meet your end. Enough. We're taking the cradle back. We won't let your evil continue any longer. Such bold words. If I recall correctly, your people reaped great benefits from this artifact's power, all at the cost of someone's waking life. Your life. Pray do not misunderstand me. That was not meant to be a denouncement of your people. On the contrary, they have my utmost respect. We are bound by our very nature, no matter how mighty we become, slaves to the whims of sleep. That this artifact can sunder those shackles of great true freedom. It makes its wielder stronger and their enemies weak. A perfect weapon, if you ask me. I can't say whether using the cradle is right or wrong. I only know that a life lived at the cost of another is no life at all. You're right about one thing. We are bound by our nature. It doesn't shackle us, it brings us together. And whether I'm asleep or awake, as long as Loazinki is by my side, that's the life I want. Quarter. I'll be your shield. She exhausted the cradle's power of the Temple Knights. This is our chance. No plan is without its wrinkles. I suppose fortunately I prepare for all contingencies. You had an opportunity to live a quiet life, but I will not give it again. This time I shall send you into a slumber for which you will never wake. Get him! Get him! There I am! Back to Cradle, or we'll take it back. I'll bluster as usual. Whoa! Oh. Oh, this whole area is an arena? The Sundance? Why? I could just do it all. Hmm. Is there buttons I can push for that? Like this? I guess? I can only take one. Huh? The artifact swells with power and begs to be released. Now you shut your eyes for the final time. Glimpse of the waking world. One thing at a time. Oh yeah, I forgot. Home gang doesn't work how you think it does. You have to target the enemy before you can use home gang. You can't just activate it. We did it! I'm amazed that we did it. Because I was afraid we would fail and have to put it on very easy, but that was good. Ah, you stubborn. You may have won today, but this is not over. Yes, it is. No. Damn fool. Yeah. No. Wait. Does she got another scar now on her cheek? Say goodnight, Lee. Oh my goodness. No. The wide eye watches eternal, and eternal is the sleep it bestows. We finally stopped her. Yes, but we have someone else to worry about. For once, I can sleep. I have not sleeping since the beginning of this story. Wake up, you alright? Only he would smile at a time like this. He's awake! What was that? Your work is done, Ronald. I forgot. I I heard a scream and realized I'm still watching. I'm watching a very, very long video, and it's like they were like, "Be right back," and it's like, your work is done, Ronald. You did a commendable job as our shield, and now you can lay down your burden. It was thanks to your bravery that I was able to deal the final blow to Lalafell. With the cradle back in our possession, I think we could consider this expedition across the seas to be a success. Yeah! Zundu helped us gather the wounded and see them safely off the Ishgard. We couldn't have done it without you. Netherlands protect allies as fiercely as Galakat protects kittens. Zundu are moved by your might. You are equally as impressive. I should learn the sun drop dance myself, though I won't strike a figure half as fierce as yours. Zundu to have everything well in hand, and Handaloop is likely eager to see us. We should return to Ishgard as soon as we can. Yes. Let us hurry this up. Reach the end of this so we can actually... Oh. Well, we had a bunch of hiccups through this, but we got it done. I don't know if there's an ending conclusion quest. Because considering the fact there was 6 members, which means there is probably still one line yet, quest line to do left. It brings it all together, at least it's supposed to. The heroes of the day have returned. Thanks to your valor, the threat Lalafell posed is no more. What's more, not a single life was lost. Yay. On behalf of the Temple Knights, allow me to express my utmost gratitude to you all. You don't owe me anything. Thanks. It was my fault that the cradle was stolen in the first place, and ultimately my fault that the delegation to Okazundu turned into a melee. It may be true that our visit to the Sea of Clouds was far from peaceful, but the bond between Zundu and Temple Knights has only deepened through overcoming mutual adversity. Blessings often take inscrutable forms. And while we know not whether Lalafell yet lives, we do know that she can no longer reach the source of her ill-gotten power, so we have little more to fear from him. With the crisis behind us, the common folk no longer have aught to fear. We will make known the story of Lalafell's schemes and the heroes who work to foil them. And in time, I hope that trust in our order will be restored. The Temple Knights shall continue to build relations with our neighbors for years to come, relations which shall form the foundation of Ishgar's future. We would be honored if we could count on you among our allies in this endeavor. Anything you need, simply call upon us. We'll be there. No questions asked. And with that, it's time we returned home. It's been an honor. We'll be passing through Toyolo on our way back, Ronald. If you have business in those parts, we'd love to speak with you at Tebete before setting off. See you soon, hopefully. Oh. Mhm. Ronald, there you are. I was afraid we wouldn't see you before we left. We arrived not long ago, and appraised everything that happened. This is the longest I've spent away from our village. But even though Toyala and Ishgard were like entirely different worlds to me, I was only ever treated with kindness. Is anything the matter, Tenua? Nothing, it's just something I've been thinking about. Our people has always been self-sufficient, but the Ishgardians in the Zondo show that looking to your neighbor can reveal a way through the hardest difficulties. And you heard hand to hand. The bond between Ishgard and Sundu was only made deeper through their shared ordeal. We trust another to such a degree. Why? I think it's a goal we should all strive towards. We have at least one friend like that, don't we? He who bent his ears to every note of the narwhal's lullaby without a shade of fear in his eyes. Thank you, Ronald, for believing in us, for believing that no matter the outcome, your actions would not go in vain. In doing so, you taught me the worth of fighting alongside allies you can trust. If your shield breaks, that is nothing. Even if your shield breaks, that is not the end. You're right. It's our faith in our allies and their faith in us that give us the courage to protect each other. But approaching someone with open arms doesn't mean they'll accept you. The relations between our people and our neighbors have to be strained by generations of mistrust. Have been strained by generations of mistrust, and we must take care to mend them properly. Gotta read it. If we could do that, and learn to look towards the future hand in hand, then there will be no need to use the cradle ever again. People can sleep and dream untroubled, and awaken with bright eyes. I want to see those days come to pass. Me too. Then you and I can finally spend more time together. Right, of course. If we're gonna see this future, then we should get back to our village. They'll be overdue to see the cradle returned. Thank you for everything, Ronald. Next time we meet, may we both have good news to share. No sleep till tomorrow. Alright, so guess that's it, right? No, because there's still one more in this area, as you can see. I think I can do this. Yes.